Hey guys, what's up? It's Hope, and today is September 24th, 2015, and today was my very first IUI. Hopefully, God willing, it will be my only IUI. We are proclaiming that and definitely praying for that, but I just wanted to make sure and give a quick update on how this morning went. We had to get up super early this morning for Andy to go submit his sample to the doctor's office. We actually decided to collect at home. It's just easier for us and it's not as awkward for him. So he had to be at the doctor's office by 8 o'clock this morning with his sample so they can go ahead and wash it and get it prepared for the insemination that was going to take place at 10 a.m. The bad thing really about all morning is they said that I had to have a full bladder for the procedure, so I could not go to the bathroom all morning long. And so I made the mistake of not going to the bathroom before I went to bed last night, and so I had not went to the bathroom at all yesterday evening. I think the last time I went was like at 3 o'clock yesterday. I had not went all evening yesterday, all night, and then all morning until I got to the doctor's office. So I was like so preoccupied by that I was just ready to get it over with. I was just, oh please, let's just go ahead and get this over with, because I was so stressed out about that. So I'm kind of grateful for that, because I was so focused on not peeing my pants that, you know, it really took like a lot of the stress and anxiety off of what we were actually doing. I was definitely stressed, definitely anxious, just a lot riding on this procedure, and so I just felt like that me having to go to the bathroom was a good thing to concentrate on, and so I was grateful for that. So we got to the doctor's office about 9:30, and we kind of waited in the car for a little while because it just was super nervous and I didn't want to walk anywhere because I had to go to the bathroom so bad. And so we got in there and they got us back around 10 o'clock, which is when my appointment was, and we go in and they're getting ready to do the IUI, and they do an ultrasound first of your bladder just to make sure your bladder is full before the procedure. There's something about your bladder being full that pushes the uterus down so that way they can get to it real easily, I guess. I'm not sure how any of that works, but they just wanted to make sure that I had a full bladder. And so they did the ultrasound of and it was just an abdominal ultrasound of my kidney, or of my bladder, to make sure that it was full. And they saw it and immediately were like, oh no, it might be too full. And I was thinking, oh goodness gracious, I don't know how this is going to work. If my bladder is too full, if I'm going to be able to go to the bathroom just a little bit and stop and then have to come back to have the procedure done. I was really nervous about that. And so they did the ultrasound, and she tried going ahead and sticking the speculum in to start the IUI, but my bladder was too full, and so I was like, no. And she said, well, why don't you go ahead and go to the bathroom? And she told me there's like these little urine sample cups or whatever, and she said fill 2 of those up and then come back and we'll see if it's good. And I was like, okay. In the meantime, she went ahead and let me do that, and she came back, and while she was setting up, she wanted to make sure and let us know how Andy's count was this morning. And she said that they were expecting it to be low because we did have intercourse yesterday morning, because they wanted us to. They wanted to make sure that the collection or the sample they got today was live and well, and so they knew that it would be a little bit lower than normal, they knew that it would be a little bit lower than what is considered normal. His count is already low, and so but they said that his sample this morning was at 20 million, which is still considered low, but when you take into consideration the last 2 semen analysis that he had, one was at 6 million and one was at 9 million, and that's total. And so I said, oh my gosh, like that was my main concern about this morning, is us getting in there and him not having enough sperm for us to even do the procedure. But the total sperm collected this morning, there was like 20 million, which I know seems like a lot for someone who's not I guess educated on the whole process of infertility, but they say that normal is like 100 million. So even having 20 million is still really low, but for what we're used to him having, I was really excited about that 20 million. And what they do is they take the specimen and they wash it and get all the really good ones, and they actually divide it. She described it as like a varsity team and then like a B team. And so and then what they do is they actually wash them in, they call it like sperm crack, which I thought was so funny. It's just like a booster. Like they put the sperm in it and it kind of wakes them up and they just kind of go crazy. And so you want them to just be active and ready to swim. And so they do that for both the varsity and the B team. And what they do is they stick the varsity right up there real close to your uterus to make sure that they're in there first, and then they then stick your B team up there. And so she went ahead and tried to get the speculum in, and it went in just fine. It was definitely very uncomfortable. And when she inserted the catheter to put the sperm in me, there was definitely a lot of pinching. The pinching probably lasted about 10 or 15 seconds, but I was holding Andy's hand because it was very uncomfortable. I guess I would compare it to like a woman having a normal pap smear, but kind of more magnified in the fact that it's not just like a quick swipe, it's in there for a longer period of time. So I was just like, oh goodness, like it felt like forever, but it probably was only about 10 or 15 seconds. It doesn't take very long at all for them to do the insemination. And so she actually turned the monitor. There were 2 nurses in there, and one of them who was doing the ultrasound, they do an ultrasound on your stomach, just keeping an eye on everything, but also you're able to see the catheter going in, and you're able to see when she inserts the sperm. And that was really cool. We were able to see on the monitor when she said, okay, here we go. And so she pushed all of them in, all of varsity, and then she was able to push all of B team in as well. And it was so cool getting to see that on the monitor, them actually go and be released. And so from that very moment, I started praying. I prayed so hard that, you know, they would be able to find the egg and that it would be fertilized and this would be our chance. I just thought it was really cool how everything is just kind of lining up, and I was so surprised at how good of a sample Andy gave this morning, because I was worried because we had sex yesterday and I know that they were expecting it to be low, but that was really my main concern, was his count not being high. But they ended up putting in 12 million. What she said for an IUI procedure, that's a really good amount. Anywhere from 12 to 20 million being put in you is a really good amount. And so we were happy with that. We were I was elated that we were able just to get that much. So I was excited. After the procedure was over, I had to lay there for 10 minutes, just still with my legs kind of propped up, I guess folded up again. They slid this part of the table out where I could put my legs up kind of bent, and I had to lay there for 10 minutes. And she said, you know, no rigorous exercise, no bull riding or riding Ferris wheels or roller coasters or whatever. I think they just want you to kind of take it easy over the next couple of days. She did try to reassure me that, you know, I wouldn't be able to cough them out or sneeze them out, or if I hit a bad bump in the road, it wouldn't knock them out. They were at the very back. And obviously doing an IUI is going to definitely increase our chances, but she said it takes all of the travel time out for them. So they're literally right there. They can travel through to the fallopian tubes and hopefully find the egg and fertilize it. So that's what we're hoping happens. I really felt good after the procedure was over. I actually laid there for 15 minutes just to make myself feel better. And then after I was over, I was able to finally go to the bathroom and finish going to the bathroom, because that was hard, having to go to the bathroom just a little bit and then come back and then have them do the procedure with a full bladder still, and then have to wait another 15 minutes and then go to the restroom. So thankfully that kind of kept my mind preoccupied. But after the procedure was over and I laid there for 15 minutes, I went to the restroom, and then we were able just to leave, and ended up taking the rest of the day off. And I'm just spending time with Andy, and we're doing a lot of baby dreaming today and just trying to stay in a really good place. I've definitely been a lot more emotional than normal, because I'm really just hoping and praying that this works. I have such a good feeling and such a strong peace about it, that I know no matter what happens, everything's going to be okay. But I'm just really hoping that this works. And Andy said he has a really good feeling too. So it was really cool seeing him and how he was reacting. Like, he wanted to actually stand up and see the monitor and see them put the sperm in, and he's just really attentive, and he was just really concerned about me, so he was holding my hand and just really supportive. I'm just so grateful for him. So this afternoon we're just spending time together. Like I said, we are doing lots of baby dreaming. So we actually went to Burlington Coat Factory. They have like a really good baby section, and just kind of walked around and looked at stuff that we liked. And we typically don't allow ourselves to do that because it's just heartbreaking, but we figured today we might as well just dream. We don't consider it jinxing ourselves. We're just, you know, dreaming. And so after that we went to Babies R Us and kind of walked around and looked at furniture, and it was exciting. It wasn't heartbreaking at all, because right now I feel like we live in a world where it is a possibility. And so that was really cool to be able to do that with him, because we hadn't done that in a very long time. It's just been too hard. And so it's just been really cool, you know, just getting to spend the time with him. And so I wanted to make sure and update you guys and let you all know that everything went great. Now we are in the 2-week wait, and so I won't know if I'm pregnant for a couple of weeks, but they are doing a lot of preventive measures to make sure that my body doesn't miscarry if I do get pregnant. And so right now I am on, it's the equivalent of estrogen. It's like E-Trace. It's a pill I take every single day. And then I'm also, tomorrow I will start progesterone vaginally, just as a preventive measure to try to decrease the chances of me having a miscarriage. So if this does work, we definitely have everything in place to prevent my body from rejecting the pregnancy if I do get pregnant. But we're definitely really attached to this little egg that has grown inside of me, and we're really attached to this whole process. So I'm just really hoping and praying that this is our time, and we're just excited, and we're nervous about just having to wait for so long. So, but I guess that just comes with the process. But I just wanted to make sure and update you guys and let you guys know that I am great, all is good, and I will see you guys again next time. If y'all have any questions about anything, please feel free to post them below. I'd love to be able to answer any questions that you have. Thank you so much for all of the amazing support that I've been getting on my videos. I really appreciate it. I thank you so much for all of your prayers and support, and I will see you guys again soon. Bye!